A poltergeist is trying to kill people in a residential building. Don't miss out. Who awakened the evil spirits? What will one of the apartment owners confess to? You are watching Psychic Investigations, a channel of exclusively true and astonishing stories. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate tangled criminal cases and shocking mystical anomalies. Neighbor friends Masha and Liuda have contacted the psychics, asking for help. The women unanimously claim that some invisible force is driving them out of their homes.
I heard someone walk in the kitchen, forks clatter, and dishes fall and break. I went there to check, but found nobody or nothing there.
More than once, someone rang my doorbell. I answered the door, but there was no one there.
The woman first thought it was some kids playing pranks, but outsiders don't have access inside the building. The entrance door is locked.
Only the residents have the keys.
The residential building they live in is small, containing only 3 apartments. Masha lives on the first floor. Liuda rents the apartment above her. The 3rd apartment is empty. Its owners moved out several years ago because they couldn't sleep peacefully at night.
Everybody says it's hard to stay in here.
When I sleep, I feel something pressing on me, making it hard to breathe. I'm afraid I won't wake up one day.
Masha adds that she almost died in a fire 6 months ago.
My refrigerator caught fire at night. If I had been sleeping, I would have probably burned alive.
The women blamed power surges and had voltage stabilizers installed, but within a week, another disaster struck, this time in Liuda's apartment.
The TV was on in the room when it suddenly hissed and went black. Smoke filled the room. I almost suffocated.
The scariest part, however, is that all of this happens every time after the neighbors see a dark figure at home.
Like a shadow passes by. I got terrified.
The last time Liuda saw the black shadow, she was barely saved.
My whole body suddenly started burning for no reason. I couldn't bear the pain.
Her temperature exceeded 40 degrees. She called an ambulance. The medics urgently hospitalized her.
Pills, injections, nothing helped.
Only an ice bath saved Liuda from death. And as soon as she was back on her feet and returned to her dangerous home, she raised the alarm.
Before reaching out to you, I spoke to Father Oleg, our local priest. He came, walked around the building, and said that it was so heavily cursed that he couldn't handle it. As such, we decided to search for your help.
Psychics Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska responded to the women's plea.
I saw an image of a young woman with dark brown hair and gray eyes. She looked at me and turned into a cat. This Catwoman is somehow connected to our 2 neighbors.
I see skulls. There are lots of them all piled together. But they look strange. They are somehow distorted. I'll try to look through the fire. Whom did they belong to? And how are they connected? I saw Rubina. She was covered in blood, and she was lying in a pit. This might be a picture from the future.
We couldn't have imagined what disaster this investigation would bring for Rubina.
We must go. The neighbors are in mortal danger. As soon as we got out of the van, I saw a woman standing about 100 meters away. The same Catwoman from my vision. I wanted to approach her, but she disappeared.
Liuda and Masha are already waiting for the psychics outside.
Hello?
We're glad you responded to our plea.
The card of death. The card of revenge. Death because of revenge. Someone from the other world is seeking revenge on you.
I see that they both have problems with men.
Yes, it's true.
Both women are attractive and good at housekeeping, but they say men avoid them like lepers. Liuda's recent partner left her after spending a few nights in her apartment.
Strange things started happening, and he said, "Liuda, something's happening to me."
The building is not only killing your personal lives, but it's trying to destroy you physically.
It's a terrible situation. I see a door and hear moans and horrifying knocks. Do you hear the knocks?
Yes.
The knocking on the door and
Yes, and the handle rattles.
I want to check the inside of the building. Who lives on the first floor?
I do.
Masha.
I'm going with Liuda.
Okay, Masha. Let's go. I feel like the walls are howling, the building is howling.
Your life is tough. You're lonely. Especially now. Your mom is gone. She died of a severe illness. Cancer?
Yes, my mom died 6 years ago.
Liuda is now 29. She has no parents left. She never started a family. Her brother and sister have their own families and live separately. But Liuda is all alone in these four walls. And now, she's in mortal danger at her own home.
Inside, I heard. The answer lies in the ground. It's a clue. What's going on?
I'm shivering, and there are chills all over my body.
My God.
The picture fell.
Something paranormal was clearly happening in the house. Liuda felt unwell, and at that very moment, a picture suddenly fell off the wall. And for no reason, the TV turned on in the downstairs apartment.
God, the TV went on.
Here's the remote. Nobody switched it on.
What's going on in this seemingly unremarkable building?
Something's pushing me. The force was trying to drive me out of the building, and it's here. Restless souls who lost their lives. They're so angry. There are so many of them. The spirits are specifically avenging something on Liuda and Masha. I asked the cards, why? And the answer was, a blood relative who is no longer alive. Quiet, wait. Someone is pushing me here too. The hands pushing me were female.
It feels like someone is watching me.
I feel eyes on me.
A knock. Did you hear that? Hurry up, people.
What happened?
I see soil.
Yes, we found soil.
Yes, I found dirt. I went outside to hang clothes, and I saw something spilling.
The answer lies in the ground. This relates to you. This is cemetery soil.
A death curse.
Liuda, there's a woman who wants to get rid of you. And there's a man involved.
That's true?
The man has no wife.
His wife died.
Later, Liuda explained that 2 years ago, she met Volodya, a widower.
His wife was 25. She died. She had a brain tumor. He stayed alone with 2 little children.
Liuda fell in love with the man. She hoped that together they would create a family and she would replace the mother for his children. But another woman stood in the way.
Her mother.
Yes, she disapproves of me. She said she would make sure I don't live long.
Tell them about the texts.
Once, I put my niece to bed and felt my hands and face burning. Fortunately, my sister was there. She ran over and started sprinkling holy water on my face, and I drank it. I felt better, but before this happened, she would send me different text messages, like, "Are you dead yet?" or "You don't have much time left."
This is horrendous. But why is that woman so opposed to her son-in-law creating a new family?
I want to see that woman.
She lives nearby. Anybody home?
Come out. She even turned off the light.
The gate is locked. No one comes out.
She's afraid to come out.
Neighbors gather at the noise.
Hello?
I live in the street, and I know you are the psychics.
We're here for a reason.
My dear God. I don't think she's a witch. She hired someone.
She goes to sorceresses, and then he finds notes at home, like, how to get the husband back in the family. Does she want him back, or what?
People were whispering.
The woman wouldn't open up, but then, suddenly, Volodya himself came out of the house, and he didn't seem happy to see the guests.
Enough, go away.
Volodya, she loves you.
I don't love anyone anymore, go.
Lyuda is in tears. No one expected such an outcome to the meeting.
I needed to feel the man's energy, because if he's under a love spell, the consequences can be grave. First, such men start drinking. Then they go insane. He might even hang himself.
After we broke up, he started drinking heavily.
You know what didn't add up for me? The cemetery dirt was scattered under the common threshold at the entrance to the building. Lyuda was the first to step over it, and she cleaned it up. The effect of the curse should have only affected her. Therefore, something else is killing Masha. There's something more powerful.
We need to go back, let's go. As we walked to the van, I saw the Catwoman again. She knows something and wants to tell me.
We are going back to the center of the town, where the Lyuda and Masha live. It's growing dark, but there's still no answer to the main question.
Where to find the answer? The answer is right in front of you. Driver, stop.
The clairvoyants are 1.5 kilometers from Masha and Lyuda's home. What did they sense?
There's something here.
Lubart's castle.
Prince Lubart's castle is the oldest building in the town. But how could it be connected to the mystical events in the unremarkable building these women live in?
Here, the cat, look. She came. I was just stunned. The cat was exactly like the one from my vision. It's like she's taking us somewhere.
What's there?
A church.
This is a miracle. After the cat brought leads the clairvoyants here, she disappeared right in front of the entrance to the church basement.
This is somehow connected to your house, too.
The phrase kept spinning in my head. The answer lies in the ground. Maybe it's something underground? Skulls. A child, a man.
I had a vision of skulls this morning. They were of an unusual shape. We're close to solving this. Look, is this the crypt?
The walls of the Catholic Church hold the remains of the once well-known Talizin family in this area. Stepan Talizin was the first commandant of the city.
There's a young woman here. She's around 20 years old.
The psychics are right next to the burial site of the commandant's wife, Magda. She died at the age of 19, 3 centuries ago.
This is the crypt where the woman who appeared to me in my visions and turned into a gray cat was buried. She wants to tell us about her death. She says, "Help me, and I'll help you."
The cause of Magda's death is indeed unknown. No records or medical records have survived.
She didn't die naturally. She was killed. There was a lot of blood.
She and her child were killed. Look, she's crying.
She was pregnant and she died from blood loss.
There were rumors that Magda indeed died during childbirth. Neither the mother nor the baby survived.
There was some kind of medical error. I clearly see her death as murder. This was a clue, but I couldn't understand how it was connected to the building.
It feels like someone is holding my hand. I thought it was that girl we were talking about.
Let's go where she's taking you.
To the exit? To the exit.
Masha's senses brought us to her apartment. She went inside with Rubina Tsibulska. Olena Kurilova stayed to work outside.
The scent of death. I hear those screams and moans again. Do you hear the knocks? They're coming from below.
There's a basement down there.
My God. My God.
I'm shivering. My face is burning.
And how many of them? Women, children. They're all dead. Tools. Blood. Blood. A pool of blood. I can't. There are too many of you.
What's this?
It's shocking, but the light went off all of a sudden.
Blood.
What's this?
Rubina is unwell. Quick!
Bring ammonia and water.
Her nose started bleeding. It was very scary.
Oh, guys, I can't.
I had a vision of you bloodied, lying in a pit. How could I let you go there alone?
A woman approached me and said, "A man is responsible for my and the children's deaths."
A doctor who lived here, a gynecologist?
Yes?
They performed abortions there.
It's so shocking. The man who lived here performed illegal abortions in this basement. Hurriedly, secretly, in unsanitary conditions. Without anesthesia. It was like a torture chamber. That's why we heard the terrible screams and moans in the building.
It turned out that a century ago, this entire 3-story building belonged to one person.
Gynecologist Josip Zawadzki. He received women at his home. In the basement, he performed abortions. At that time, it was illegal.
Now I understand why the skulls in my vision had such strange shapes. These were the heads of undeveloped babies.
The doctor would wrap the bodies in a cloth and bury them.
The woman whose spirit drove the residents of this building mad died here, at the hands of this same doctor.
One of the doctor's patients, Maria Alexieva, died during the operation. Both she and her baby died. After her funeral, the baby's body remained in this basement along with other babies' bodies. This tragedy is well documented. It occurred on May 20th, 1906.
I could have never imagined that such things happened here.
As for the doctor himself, he faced a severe retribution. His entire family was executed.
The souls of the infants and the deceased woman are restless. They are trapped in the basement. They are angry. But what do Masha and Lyuda have to do with it? The things happening in here now have only started recently. Something activated them. You were supposed to have a son. You know that.
Yes.
This was Masha's secret. No one knew about it. She was supposed to have a son, but the boy's future father was against it.
Why did you abide him?
I was panicked. I couldn't think straight at all.
She had no support.
Only later did it dawn on me. I sat, howling, in this apartment.
Masha had an abortion. After that, the souls of the babies and the women rebelled and decided she must be punished.
These souls need to be put to rest. We need to perform a ritual.
We will perform the ritual with 7 candles. The wax is dripping. Look, the faces of the babies. Do you see? The nose, the mouth, do you see that? It is being cleansed.
We sincerely hope that Masha and Liuda will now live peacefully, and that their apartments will be filled with love and children's laughter.
We did our job.
I'm happy you came and helped us.
Thank you.
It's incredible what a terrible secret the basement of an ordinary residential building concealed. If this story impressed you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing stories are coming up.